Hey everybody, don't get anxious, get prepared. Your career engineer right here. And today we're talking about the millennials and what do they really want at work. But here's what's really cool. What they want might be what you want, no matter what the generations are. So get your pen and paper, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. We're going to talk about this and take your live questions as well. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hey, like I said, don't get anxious, get prepared. I thank you for joining us live today. And remember, you can find us at tcenow.com. And also, our blog is there. The very things we talk about here on video, you can get more of the content by going to our blogs. And of course, follow us on socials. And don't forget, comment, like, share, follow, all those things that you need to do on this platform so you cannot miss a wonderful content that we have. Okay. As I always share, we enjoy your questions and comments. In fact, most of the stuff we talk about, it's because y'all, okay, get it together. You have asked for it. I was going to say y'all's have asked for it, but you asked for it. So we delivered. So info@tcenow.com is a great email to reach out to us. But again, you can find everything we do on our socials or right here at the website, tcenow.com. Okay. tcenow.com. But, and again, our focus today, we are talking about those millennials, which is also the rest of us. I really have a thing about that. But listen, tcesummit.com. We're having our summit this year. Go to that website, tcesummit.com, as well as our regular website, right? tcenow.com, to learn about how you can be in the room on the bay with us and our pop-up folks. It's going to be really cool, right? It's going to be really cool. So listen, let's jump into our focus today because that's what's really important. And I look forward to your questions and comments now or later. But what do they want? So there was this, there's always a report coming out about everything. So, but this was a pretty good one. But we understand that Gen Y is here to stay, and they're a large group of folks, and they are the momentum behind what's happening in the workforce today in terms of some changes and some new ways of us thinking about work. But so I want to talk about, there was I think it was Forbes, but anyway, there was a report that talked about what they really want. All the employers are struggling with retention and recruiting and how to keep folks and attention spans and positive work environments and all of that. Well, let's get an idea from the source about what they're looking for. And if you're one of these folks, something to think about. If you're the person that hires these folks, you've really got some things to think about. So let's just share a little bit about what this is coming from. Of course, I will share all this, the links and things so you can look at the source yourself. I'm big on having vetted sourcing, right? So check it out. So in case you didn't know, okay, I'm just saying, in case you didn't know, they're the largest folks currently in the workforce. In fact, I talked to a millennial the other day who's going to turn 40. I was like, wow, y'all are getting up there. Do you know they call those the geriatric millennials? Isn't that something? That doesn't even sound right, does it? The 40-year-olds geriatric. Anyway, so they're the largest folks in the workforce today. Not that the rest of us ain't still here, but they've got some size power going for them right now. So that's one thing that's going on. Now, from this report, and the report was, in fact, let me scroll down and share with you. I'm not sure if this is clickable, but Fortune magazine and some other folks, LinkedIn has been talking about the millennials quite a bit. But you can link to this. If you go to our blog, we do have the hyperlink of this. But they've shared some things that really have made a difference. And one thing that they said the millennials were looking for, which is, come on, who isn't looking for this? But this was important to them at this point: purpose. Workers, the workplace, hiring managers, HR, all of you who are involved in the talent wars. Purpose was one of the biggest things. The winners, who there's a list that shares like the top places for millennials, right? And it's like buzzing all over the place. Well, those who were like the top of the chain here, they made sure their younger workforce had a sense of purpose. So that sounds so generic, right? Like, isn't that like something you can do that shouldn't cost a lot of money? The workers know they buy into your vision, right? That how whatever they're doing fits into the big plan. How interesting is it right now that there are employers who don't share purpose? I think that's more of the question. So This is what's keeping them, according to this report. So, do you have a purpose driven workforce? Does your employees know how they fit in with the vision? If not, you might want to pay attention because it seemed like the winners of this and what millennials said was important was this. And I don't think purpose costs a lot of money, right? I think there's some real communication skills y'all can do to make sure purpose is there. The other thing that was interesting, and I find this so incredible that no one has said money or technology or new toys or new office buildings. I mean, this is stuff that is priceless that does take some strategy to make sure from the door to the CEO, folks understand, but meaningful work. Um, Lack of having meaningful work or meaning to their work fueled a reason to walk away. I mean, to leave. Like my work doesn't matter. There was I was reading some content the other day. What's this hashtag? Silly little job. Like that's a big deal. Silly little job is a hashtag that folks are saying, I gotta go to my silly little job. I gotta go do this with my and you know what that really translates to? My work doesn't matter. It has no meaning. And it's like trending, right? Silly little job. Okay. So, but if you don't have if folks don't feel that what they do matter, it's a reason to walk away. And by having meaningful work, remember, purpose was first, meaningful that when I'm putting my hands to the plow or putting my hands to the keys, it really, there's meaning. Like I really feel that I'm contributing. If you have this, Gen Y is 3 times more likely to stay. That should be a no brainer here. Make sure these concepts are embedded in everything you do, right? So here comes something else Gen Y is looking for. And I think the rest of us could value this too. Uh, No pun intended. Value, right? Come on, your input and your output is being valued. What you say, what you do, um, all of that, like your contribution, your verbal contributions, your physical contributions, that they matter. That and feelings matter too. I mean, there's always a way to if someone's not working up to speed, there's a way of doing that. I'm not saying kitty gloves. I know there is some generational differences in terms of accountability, but there's all kinds of ways to hold folks accountable with a smile, but to make sure that they're valued, but also to be aware of their feelings. Feelings do matter, even though I subscribe to put your feelings in your pocket. I am that person. But, feeling valued with their input and output. If folks feel valued that the things they say or the things they do, and even counter, maybe there's something going on that doesn't quite fit, and they want to give a counterpoint, that's still valued and not just shut down because, oh, you just turned 40 this year, right? So, but if we have that, the literature says, this report say, 2 times more likely to stay. I mean, these are all things that are so doable at today's workforce. So I'm just like really purpose, meaningful work, and value. These are the things that can help folks to stay. If you don't have this, you might want to think about. So what bottom line with the results, right? Bottom line with the results. So based on this particular study, and do go to my blog, tcenow.com. I'm blogging on this, the links of the studies and all that, and what these folks did and how they did it is right there on the blog as well. But bottom line results, right? Because it ain't everything is money, ain't a darn thing funny, right? That's the workforce we're in today. Higher retention. Higher retention. Folks are wondering why the door is swinging. Higher retention, purpose, value, and meaningful work. Job satisfaction, which also equates to higher retention, right? I mean, if you love something, you're doing it well, you feel your contributions are being met, and you're satisfied, why would you leave? Stress is exit. Satisfaction tends to have you stay. Isn't that true for life too? Just think about it, right? Pride in your work, workmanship, doing a good job, quality first work, dotting the I's and crossing the T's and those types of things. These are the results from those 3 words: purpose, value, and meaningful work. Okay. And here's a big one I think that folks probably don't think is all that important, but I think it is: endorsement. The best staff you'll ever get coming in the door is when someone that works for you is sharing their story. I mean, that is the best advertisement you will ever get. And you can't pay for that. That's something that comes with value, right? Valuing where you are. And I like something so much, or I enjoy my workforce, I am so eager to share it with my folks that trust me, right? They will tell a friend, and their friends are probably friends you need to have working in your entities, right? So company endorsement, all of this from meaningful work, purpose, and value. I mean, just something to think about. Haven't heard, like I said, new tech skills. I mean, maybe that's just assumed that you're going to have all kind of tech toys and you're going to have bring your dog to work day. I mean, I don't know, right? But these things are what's really cool, important. However, let me just flip the script just 1 minute. The survey or the report did share, and we have seen this, that Gen Zs are least likely. What do you think it is? They're least likely. I can't talk this morning. Least likely. Wait for it. Wait for it. I don't know. They don't stick around. I mean, you can do the best of all I'm saying. And for whatever reason, this particular generation, according to the science, according to the surveys, according to the research, again, I'm just sharing what they've said, they don't stick around. However, we have to define what the stick around means. Is it 5 years is a long time today? Do you see any? I mean, can a millennial be somewhere 20 years? No, the time frame isn't even there yet. So is 5 years considered long? So even when you do everything the right way, we have found that Gen Y and of course their little cousins coming up, the Gen Zs, they tend to move quite a bit. So as you are thinking of your strategies to do things, you might want to, have a nice mixed multitude of staff just in case one's always going in and out. Gen X is still alive and valuable, you guys. We are the most ignored generation now. I am a proud member of Gen X. I am not ashamed to say. But why are we always ignored? Y'all always talking about boomers and Zs and Ys. We've got it to go. We're the bridge. So anyway, I digress. So listen. So again, I am blogging about this. You can go to our tcenow.com and you can see the blog. In fact, I'll put it here, but it was check out the best workplaces for millennials and see who in your area is one of the top companies for that particular generation, as well as others. But they really have done some incredible things. And again, on the blog, I share exactly what they did that is enticing folks to come. And here's the link. I don't think you can hyperlink it, but fortune.com, best workplaces 2022, a really great report and something you should think about. Of course, I'm blogged about it too. So you can also see this video on the blog, but other things I've written about them. So just hit us up, tcenow.com/TCE blog. I got blogs about lots of stuff, but this one, what Gen Y wants at work, we'll tell you a little bit more. But again, I say to you, I really do. I believe that everyone wants this stuff. Who doesn't want purpose, value, and a meaningful work? Everybody wants that, right? So listen, I want you to have an incredible and fantastic week, and I'm going to drop a push-up for you because I believe this is for everybody, all the generations, and the folks who hire. You need to define yourself or be defined. I put a capital B on purpose because instead of me telling you what you should do and what not to do, use some of this content and think about how you can kind of wove this into your fabric of whatever your brand is so that you can get the best talent, have a great experience in your career, life, or business. You define the terms. Don't let me do it for you. You take the helm. So that's what I'm talking about this week. So listen, I want you to have a great, great week, one of power and purpose. And make sure, again, you hit us up, tcenow.com to see everything that we got going on. And this year, November 4th is the TCE Summit. Get your tickets. We have an early bird ticket special going on right now. If you're a TCE member, make sure you use your discount code so you can save an additional 25%, right, on the early bird ticket. So only 100 spots in the room. And yes, it's no longer 100 spots, but we want you in the room. So pressure away. It's on the bay, guys. So we're looking forward to a great night on Friday to have some fun at the TCE pop-ups. A twist. So listen, you all be blessed. I'll catch you next time. And remember, don't get anxious. Always be prepared. See you next time.